Welcome back to Mitten State Bushcraft. Today we're going to talk about tinder. One of the things that I constantly see is the inability to secure good tinder to start a fire. Obviously, I'm surrounded by grasses and trees here in this opening. Over there, there's a lot of dying ferns. In my hand, I have grasses. Now, stalks of grass are a little bit more hard to light, but the blades of grass make perfect tinder and a nice little bird's nest. Other forms of natural tinder are tree barks and plant fibers. Here we have white paper birch. Wet or dry, this stuff ignites great. It has oils in it that just ignite. Another bark that I like to use is that of any species of juniper. Here we have a juniper tree, and the inner bark of the juniper makes good tinder. Also, red cedar and white cedar bark. You peel the bark off the tree and you can fluff up the innards of that, and it becomes very fibrous and fluffy, and you can use that in your bird's nest. Here you can see I peeled off some of the juniper bark. I will process this down and add this to my bird's nest. This is what the juniper bark looks like when it's broken down. You tear it apart, shred it, and you increase its surface area, and then you fluff it up. This will catch a spark like nobody's business. Okay, so here's my small bird's nest for today. Okay, as you can see, I've got all those dried grasses. I've got the juniper bark inside here. I'll lay it down here. Add my birch bark to the pile. Now, if you've gotten the right tinder, it should only take you 1, 2, maybe 3. If your tinder's good and dry and you've gotten the right things for your tinder, it shouldn't take much. Now, we've all experienced those circumstances where things were a little bit wet, maybe, and we didn't realize that they were wet. It was too windy. It was raining out. Wind was too heavy. All kinds of things. But this is one of the things that I see people struggle with. Now, pine needles and leaves are great for flash tinders and all kinds of things like that, but overall there are better materials out there for tinder. So like I said, 1 or 2 strikes. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. When we go to the woods, most of us carry a tinder pouch. Now, you would think that would go without saying, but it doesn't. I've seen plenty of people that do not collect tinder to bring with them, selecting tinder out there in nature. And that's fine, but if you get into a situation where tinder is wet or any number of things, it could present a problem for you. So most of us decide to carry tinder with us. Now, aside from natural tinders that I've showed you, the dried grasses, the birch bark, cedar bark, juniper bark, etc., I also carry jute twine. Now, in a pinch, this will catch a spark. This will even catch the weakest spark, and you can make a bird's nest out of it. So I would consider adding some of that to your tinder pouch. Now, these are just some of the basics. There's a lot more to it, a lot more involved in this. But hopefully somebody that's new or somebody that's struggling with these things sees my video and they could be helped by it. I'm no expert by any means. I'm learning myself. There's plenty of things that I don't know. But I hope to be able to help others out there. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I still see people struggling with the tinder aspect of starting a fire. So hopefully this helps you or somebody that you know. This is Rob with Mitten State Bushcraft. Get outside.